everyone, thanks for clicking on my video and welcome back to my channel. I thought it would be fun to do a video about my baby must-haves. So if you'd like to hear what's on my list, stay tuned. Alright guys, so on today's video I wanted to list my 15 top baby items that I used during the first few months of my son's life, and then at the end of the video I wanted to go over some gold star items. Now, what are gold star items? Now for me, those are the items that immediately pop into my head when I think back to when my son was itty bitty. So these are the items that I used every day, all the time, absolutely loved them. So I wanted to share those with you in case you're about to have a baby, or if you know somebody that's about to have a baby, that these are the items that helped me the most when my son was really little. So and then also some of the things on this list my mom would call, you don't need that. And I agree. I mean, people have been having babies for what? You know, at least a few years. So, you know, some of these items you don't necessarily need, but as a single mom and only having these two hands, any item that makes my life a little bit easier is definitely worth it. So let's go ahead and jump right into that list. So item number 1. So this is, you know, pretty basic. It's just going to be little wash rags, little cotton, thin, easy to clean. You'll have a whole bunch of these. These were used for so many things. I use these on the changing table for a little bit of spit up. I use them in the car. I use them, I can just stick them in my pocket. I use them in the bath, and they're super easy, and I don't care if they get stained. They're cotton, and they work great. And I have a couple of different ones here. This one's just real thin. This one's a little bit puffier, but I would use these in the bath, especially when he was like itty bitty. I would always have one of these, especially this one because it's thicker, and I would just keep it wet and just lay it just on his chest and his belly just to kind of keep him warm while he was in the bath. And so yeah, this is item number 1. Item number 2 is going to be cloth diapers. These are fantastic. Now you might be asking, why would I get cloth diapers when I'm just going to use disposable diapers? Pick up a pack anyway. These are so helpful. They are great Burt cloths. They are very absorbent. Some of the Burt cloths I got as gifts, the spit up would just like run right off of it and would hardly even absorb any of the spit up. So these are great. And I also use them on the changing table on top of the sheet for the changing table or for the changing mat itself. So if he had an accident, I could just wash this. I wouldn't have to take the entire sheet off the changing pad. I could just wash this. And now my mom used cloth diapers on me when I was a baby, and she still has some of these around the house for just cleaning. So these are going to last you a really long time. Number 3 are going to be the newer Bumbos. I had heard mixed reviews on the Bumbos because I guess it depends on how large your child's thighs are. But the newer Bumbos, they have a great shape. You don't really necessarily have to worry about that. So if that's something that you can afford or even find a great deal on it somewhere, I would suggest getting the newer Bumbos. Item number 3 is going to be a play mat. Now, one that you can lay on the floor. I personally really loved mine, and I'll put a link to all the items that I'm going to talk about today, but I'll put a picture right here of the one that I have. Now, I love the one that I had because it has the piano at the bottom where he can just kick. He can just kick away, and he loved that. It was so much fun. And also the fun thing with the piano is that when they start to sit up, you can turn it to where now they can sit and play and hit their hands on the keys instead of kicking it like when they were laying on their back. And then also, once they're walking around and crawling, you can actually detach it from the play mat itself, and they can walk around and play with it as well. And this was really awesome, the play mat, because I kept it in his room And that way, if I was going back there for something and I need to put him down, I had a place to put him and he could be entertained. So I would really suggest a play mat. And the toys, he still plays with all the toys because they detach from the thing that goes over the mat itself. And he still plays with those, and he loved his play mat. Item number 5 is going to be a wipe warmer. Some of you might not necessarily find the need for one of these. My sister-in-law never felt that she needed one, which is totally fine. I just really like this item because his wipes were cold, and in the middle of the night when I needed to change his diaper and feed him, I always felt like I was waking him up so much with changing his diaper, to the point where I was even putting the wipe like on my stomach, like just my bare skin, to warm it up myself before I got the wipe warmer. So that way it wasn't super cold when I wiped him with it. So really, I guess I got the wipe warmer for myself because it was pretty cold when I'd put that on my stomach in the middle of the night. So the wipe warmer I find is great. I will put a picture of the one that I have here. When I got it, now I got it off of Amazon, and a lot of the reviews were great. And it was one of like I think it was like the Amazon Choice or something like that, or one of the Amazon bestsellers. But a lot of the negative reviews I was seeing about this wipe warmer was that it was drying out the wipes. And when I got the wipe warmer in the mail, I was reading the instructions, and the only time it ever says to add water was when you were cleaning it. It didn't say to add a little bit of water each time you put a new pack of wipes in it. So to try to fight the outcome of having dry wipes, I just add about a quarter cup of water every time I put a new pack of wipes in the wipe warmer. And I've never had any issues with it drying out the wipes. Now, there have been times where I've accidentally forgot to put the water in the wipe warmer when I've changed the pack, and it does kind of dry them out. But again, I still love it, and we use it every day, and we have no complaints. So that would be item number 5, a wipe warmer. Item number 6 is going to be a pacifier. Now, not every baby is going to like a pacifier, and that's okay. Now, what I wasn't expecting after having him was that babies have a preference to what kind of shape they like for their pacifier. I got the Wubba Nub at my baby shower as a gift, and the pacifier that's attached to that one, he did not like the shape of that one. That one just wouldn't stay in his mouth. He didn't really care for it. And then I found another one and I popped that into his mouth and he loved it. That one didn't fall out of his mouth like the one that the Wubba Nub had. So I would suggest, you know, if you're going to give your baby a pacifier, maybe have a couple different shapes on hand. Another thing I heard about pacifiers is that there's some out there that have a certain shape that's not the best for giving the baby when you're breastfeeding, because it's the shape of the nipple when you have an incorrect latch. I'll attach a photo of what that one looks like, just in case, you know, that's something that you're concerned about. But a pacifier is something that was a must for us. Item number 7 is going to be this thing. This is the baby bum. I just call it the butt spatula. It's what you can use to put on the diaper cream on your baby's bottom, and it sticks to a lot of different surfaces. It's not going to stick to my hand, but you get the idea. And then it's great because when you put it on the baby's bottom, and then you can just wipe it off with a baby wipe. And this is fantastic. I got one for my sister-in-law when she had her baby, and she loves it. And I mean, it seems silly that you'd have a butt spatula to put on your baby's diaper rash cream, but trust me, it is fantastic. So this one, it's a must for me. Number 8 is going to be obviously a bathtub. I will put a picture of the one that I have here. I have the Angel Care. I got it secondhand, and it is fantastic. It was easy for me to put my son in it, and it kept him propped up, and it was easy to use. It comes with a little circle on the end so you can hook it to something in the bathtub. I just had on one of those suction cup hooks that I put in the shower, and then I would just hang that on it after every use so it could dry in the shower and stay out of the way. Didn't take up space anywhere else, just hung on the shower wall, and I thought it was fantastic. So that would be number 8. Number 9 is going to be some type of baby carrying wrap, like one of those long fabric ones. That one was a necessity when my son was still really tiny, still kind of brand new. I use that one a lot at the end of the day when he starts to get really heavy because you're really tired. I would put him in that and be able to just walk around the house, pick things up, and be able to just give my arms a break. And so that was fantastic. And then also number 10 is going to be another carrier. It's going to be the one that you can kind of put on like a backpack and clip to yourself. That one was fantastic. I still use this one all the time, and it's great for when I'm mowing the lawn. I can just put them on that way, or if I go to the grocery store, and it's just a great way to carry them around. So that would be number 9 and number 10. Number 11 is going to be the Fisher-Price Rocker Lounger. It was great to have a place to just be able to put him down, to sleep, to nap, to just put him down so I can have a break. The reason why I liked it so much is because it is kind of at an incline. My son had a lot of problems with like acid reflux and spitting up when he was really tiny. So laying him flat wasn't always an option for me. So this one was great to be able to just put him down, know he's going to be okay if he does spit up. And we don't use it a whole lot anymore because my son's 8 months old and he's on the go. But it did serve a great purpose for someplace to just put him down and know that he is secure and happy and can someplace safe to sleep. One thing that I didn't like about this is the vibrating setting on it. It does have a lot of options. There's vibrating, there's rocking, there's music, but the vibrating one, I used it a lot at first, and then one time he was in it and I bent down to give him a kiss, and I just noticed how loud it was. It almost hurt my ears bending over to give him a kiss to put my head down where the vibrating is. And so I decided not to use it anymore after that. I'm sure it doesn't bother a lot of people. It just kind of bothered me. But again, I just don't use it. But overall, the product, I really do enjoy the rocker. Number 12 is going to be a diaper bag, but not just any diaper bag, a backpack style diaper bag. This is just going to be so much more convenient, in my opinion, just to be able to throw it on your back. Both arms are free. You don't have to worry about keeping something up on your shoulder. So I would suggest if that's something that you're still needing or still wanting to get, I would look into getting a backpack style diaper bag. Number 13 is going to be a thermometer. Now, they make so many different kinds of thermometers these days, but the one that I ended up purchasing is this one, and it is a forehead reader as well as one that you can do in the ear, and it does a great job. I absolutely love it, because when they're so itty bitty and tiny, you don't necessarily want to be doing, the one that's in the ear. So this one, you just swipe over the forehead and it gives you the reading, and if it starts to get a little, like if their temperature is pretty high, it flashes in red, which is kind of cool. So this one I really like. I would suggest getting a forehead one just because it is so easy to use, and but definitely add this to your list. Number 14 is going to be sleep sacks. Now, they make a whole bunch of these ones that vary in sizes. I didn't use these a whole lot when he was tiny, but looking back, I would have wanted to have some more of those sleep sacks. I had the ones where they were open at the bottom, because I was like, oh, that makes sense. It would be easy to change his diaper in the middle of the night. But that does, if the bottoms are open, it does tend to ride up. So the ones where the bottoms are closed, and this one just has a zipper, work great. They're fantastic. They keep him warm, because my kid, he rolls around a lot in the crib, so a blanket isn't going to do him much good. But definitely think about getting some of these sleep sacks. They make them with the sleeves. They make them sleeveless as well. I have a couple of both, and they work great. Number 15 is going to be lotions and shampoos. So I use the Burt's Bees Baby fragrance-free products. Now I landed on this specific product because I was looking at an app that I have called Think Dirty. Now this app, you just scan products around your house and it tells you how natural a product is. And when it comes to what I put on my child, it is something that's important to me to try to put stuff that's on him that's as natural as can be, and this product had great ratings. So if that's something that's important to you, I would suggest checking out that app. It's called Think Dirty. Okay guys, so those were 15 of my favorite baby items, but what I want to talk about now are my gold star items. These are the items that I used all the time when my son was itty bitty. Some of these items I definitely still use now. Some of them I don't really use anymore, but they definitely serve their purpose for the first few months of his life. So these are my gold star items. So my first gold star item is a sleep suit. It's called the Magic Sleep Suit, and it is magic. It is, guys, I think that this is what had my son sleeping through the night at 3 months old. I mean, it's fantastic. Now, at 3 months, my son was already flipping from his back to his tummy, but not from his tummy to his back. So he would constantly flip onto his belly, but get stuck because he couldn't figure out how to get back on his back. So this product kept him on his back, and he was so comfortable in it. And it kept him warm, but not too warm because the hands and the feet are open so air can circulate. But this product, guys, oh man, I would highly suggest getting one of these and trying it. It is, or if you see one at a secondhand store, grab it. I love this product. If I were to ever have another baby, this would be one of the first things that I get. It comes in different sizes as well. So we did use 2 different sizes because he continued to use it when he outgrew the smaller one. And guys, I love this product. Gold star item number 2 is going to be the Boppy Lounger. This thing was fantastic. I kept it in the kitchen for the most part, so that way I had a place to put him while I was in the kitchen, and it was great. He could hang out in it, he could play in it, he could take a little nap in it. I kept a blanket or a towel over it for the most part, so that way, or even a cloth diaper, so that way he, if he did spit up, it wouldn't get on the pillow. It is washable. I washed it several times, but it's so much easier to just throw this in the wash. But it was a great product to just be able to put him down somewhere and have both hands be free to do something else for a quick minute. So loved the Boppy Lounger. Gold star item number 3 are the Pacifier Clips. These are awesome. And they're not just for pacifiers. I attach these to his toys all the time. So if we're going to go on a walk, I attach a toy to one of these, and then I attach this to his, the stroller somewhere, so that way he can play with the toy, but then if he drops it, we don't lose the toy. So this is great for pacifiers and for toys, and we use these all the time. Oh, one other thing about these pacifier clips is I have a friend and their dog ended up swallowing one of their pacifiers whole. It wasn't attached to one of these, and the pacifier ended up getting lodged in their dog's intestine, and they had to have emergency surgery and spend like $6,500 to get the pacifier out. So when my son came along, I made sure that one of these were attached to his pacifier at all times. So that way my dog couldn't just go by and gobble one up, and because I didn't want her to have to go through that. So again, these are a great item to have around. I have so many of these, so I would suggest getting lots of these for the pacifiers and for the toys. Gold star item number 4 is a jumper. We got the tropical one. I'll put a picture up here, and my son was in this all the time. I tried not to have them in it too terribly often because I know you're only supposed to have them in it like a total of a half an hour every day, I think is the maximum amount of time. A doctor told us is that they're supposed to be in their jumper. My son was in his jumper a little bit longer than that each day. But I have just like a little seat cushion, and I would put that under his feet so that way he had kind of like a soft spot that he could jump on. But he loved his jumper. He loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. We don't really use it anymore because he's crawling, he's on the go. He doesn't necessarily just want to stand in one spot anymore. But I would suggest a jumper for, again, just a spot to be able to put your child down in for something for them to play with and be able to have a little bit of fun. So a jumper I would suggest. Gold star item number 5 is going to be the Nose Frida Snot Sucker. Now I know some of you just threw up in your mouth a little bit. But trust me, this thing is fantastic. When your baby is so small and can't breathe through their nose, this really, really helps like blow their nose for them. So I had a friend that absolutely did not want to try it. She thought it was the most disgusting thing ever, but I finally convinced her to try it when her son was sick and she loved it. She said it was so much better than the little bulb that you can get, and it does a much better job than that. So the Snot Sucker I would suggest getting. Gold star item number 6 is going to be a video monitor. Now my mom would call this a you don't need that type of product, but it really is more of a peace of mind product to see your child, know they're okay, know they're exactly where they're supposed to be. It's a peace of mind to have, and I would suggest investing in one of these and just saving your sanity, because those first few months you're just staring at that monitor making sure that they're okay. So I would highly suggest investing in a video monitor. Alright guys, so those are my baby must-haves. And if you're anything like me, you are going to continue to watch lots of YouTube videos on what kind of baby products you should be getting, and I highly suggest doing that. Another couple of tips that I have is maybe think about making different zones in your house on where you can put your child. Like for me, I had the play mat in his room, so I had a place to put him down and where he could play while we were in his room. I had the jumper out in the living room, so that way he could have some place to play out there. I had the Boppy Lounger in the kitchen, so someplace I could put him in there. Just different spots that you can move around the house in and be able to place him and have him entertain himself while you're in that room. Another one would be check out secondhand stores or the Facebook Market page. You can always find great deals on there. Just keep in mind, always look for recalls. When it comes to secondhand stuff, always make sure that there aren't any recalls on the items that you are thinking about buying. And also, trust your instincts. You are going to have a gut feeling every now and then, and trust that. All right, guys, so here's a question for you. What were some of your baby must-haves and gold star items? I would love to know, so please comment those down below. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll have new videos up soon, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.